We've been getting a lot of questions about sea moss, and I'm here today to clear up a lot of misconceptions about it. Okay, for starters, sea moss, let me get a new bag. Sea moss is extremely smelly. It comes from the ocean. It also contains sand, salt, and other types of seaweed in it. It smells musty, it smells like it's moldy, but that's what the ocean smells like. I personally don't think it smells that bad. It just smells very fishy and strong. But you want to get rid of that smell. You want to rinse that smell away. So it's rinse, rinse, rinse. Rinse it well. Sometimes I just leave the thing on and leave it just running under the water. As I'm doing my chores in the kitchen, I'll come back every few minutes and just go like this. I work in small batches. It's easier to find the little debris and remove it from the sea moss. So this bag is a 1 pound bag. It expands to 4 times its size once it's wet. So be careful. You only want to take a small amount. This will last for a few days if you consume this daily in your diet. So we have it in the bag. We remove it from the bag. I put it in my strainer, and then I'm going to rinse, rinse, rinse. Rinse, rub, rinse. See, I'm even rubbing it to get the smell out of it any way we can. Plus, I'm rinsing any debris away. So, rinse, rinse, rinse. So, I just rinsed this for a few minutes. I personally don't mind the smell, and the smell is removed as soon as it is rinsed for its last time and put in whatever I'm making. So, rinse, rinse, rinse. Now I'm going to cover it with water. Of course, I would cover it with much more water because it's going to expand. And when it expands, the top parts are sticking up out of the water and it is going to dry out. So, you want to make sure you cover it generously with water. Okay, you want a lot of water. Even that's not enough. It's going to stick up in an hour. But it only takes a few hours for it to expand. Once it expands to this part, it's not going to expand any further. So, couple hours until it expands. Once it expands, then we're going to dump it back in the colander and rinse, rinse, rinse some more. Okay, so now we're rinsing it. Any last bit of debris and smell out of it. It smells like the lovely ocean to me. Smell doesn't bother me. You know, as far as foods go and tinctures and whatever and powders, to me, if it tastes disgusting, it doesn't matter because I know it is so good for my body. So once it's soaked, it expands, then you've rinsed it, then you can either put it in the blender and make a gel out of it, or put it in a glass jar, cover it with water, and then put a lid on it, and it will last in the refrigerator for months. And as you need it, this is how I do it. I make a smoothie every morning, and I just remove about double that. I just rinse it a little bit and toss it in the blender. So it's all ready to go. Very convenient. The gel is good too if you're going to be making something like a dessert, cheesecake, cheese. That's good for, you know, gels, but for smoothies and to get all the collagen benefits out of this, I prefer to just soak and go. So, you store it in the refrigerator, okay, unopened, and after you open it, it goes back sealed in the refrigerator. Sea moss is loaded with nutrients. all the minerals your body needs. That's why it looks like it has mold sometimes growing on it. It is not mold, it's the minerals in it. And I've never had a bad bag of sea moss. I've had questionable sea moss, but once I've rinsed the debris out, it was fine again. This is full of nutrients. It has protein in it. It helps your body build collagen. And once you put it in your smoothies and in your other recipes, it doesn't even taste, you can't taste any of that sea flavor. Remember, this is a 1 pound bag. It expands to 4 times its size. You don't want to use anything but a small handful. And if you do soak too much, make your gel and freeze it. What I do when I freeze it is I take it out a couple hours before I'm going to use it, and it'll start thawing within maybe half an hour, and I'll just scrape out the part I need and then put the rest back. So it does freeze well. That's the gel. I never froze. I don't want to freeze this because then it'd be hard to separate it, but this does last indefinitely in the refrigerator with good water, submerged in good water. The unopened bag lasts, well, I've never had a bag go bad on me. So I would assume at least a year. And you want to store it in the refrigerator, okay? And always make sure you seal it back up after you use it. Wash, rinse, wash, soak, rinse, rinse. Most people say, oh, but I've soaked it and rinsed it and it still smells. No, you need to soak it and rinse it. Rinse, rinse, rinse. You need to rinse it at least for 20 minutes. If it bothers you, if the smell bothers you. Me, myself, it doesn't bother me that much, and the smell disappears once I put it either in the smoothie or whatever I'm making. It's gone. This brand of sea moss comes from the South Pacific. Its waters are pristine. The company tests for radiation and heavy metals. They really do go above and beyond to protect. I make sure to keep this in Marcus and I's diet. Every day, this is a staple. Every day we each get a handful of sea moss, and it's so beneficial for you. And I just hate to have somebody not get the full benefits of it because they're worried about, you know, the smell or the minerals looking like it's moldy, but it's not. It is an amazing staple in your arsenal against everything toxic in this world, as well as keeping your face beautiful and young. So I hope this cleared up any confusion. Please, if you have any questions that I may not have answered, leave it in the comments below. I will answer any and all questions. So thank you for joining me today. I look very forward to getting back in the kitchen.